Journey to God's House, chapter 13, entitled, My Governing Body Can Lick Your Governing Body. So in this chapter, Brock Talon tells us a few stories about some of the members of the governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses in the 1980s. The first one he talks about was Fred Franz, and he was a single brother who never married, but it was obvious he did like the attention of the single ladies. So he tells us of a little exchange that happened just after he turned 90 years old. Somebody asked him, "Brother Franz, how old does a man have to be before he loses interest in women?" So with the sly grin on his face, he says, "Well, I don't know. You'll have to ask somebody older than me." So that kind of became a legend around Bethel. So it was obvious that he did like the attention from the sisters, and that he would die after Brock Talon left Bethel, and he died just short of his 100th birthday, still single, so a high probability that he died a virgin. And he also mentions how he's probably the most powerful Jehovah's Witness who ever lived, because he basically got the credit for translating the Jehovah's Witness Bible, the New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures, even though he never really had the credentials or schooling to do so. Yeah, he had a committee to help him, but he was given all the credit behind the scenes for doing that. But not only that, he gets all of his followers to proclaim that this is the most accurate Bible ever. So when you have 8 million people saying this is the most accurate Bible ever, yeah, you do have a little bit of power. Then he talks about Brother S, which I'm taking a stab here on my own and saying that it was Brother Swingle he's speaking about here, but this Brother S, we shall call him, was known for his eyebrows and how they looked like giant caterpillars who were fighting each other. He was known for using salty language around the young guys and for being a closet racist, and in his private circles would freely use the N-word. Then he talks about Carl Klein, and he was the governing body member that was most against Bethelites working out, going to the gym, lifting weights, playing sports, going to parties, basically having a life and having fun. He was against, and the thing he was most against was the gym. And so he was always making little threats at the breakfast table that that's what he wanted to do, so nothing ever really happened. And then he goes on to talk about George Genghis and Dan Sidlick. Dan Sidlick was a big gentleman with the booming voice of authority, and so he played God in most Bible dramas at the conventions. And that also mentions that he had a wife about half his age. Well, there you go. The young Bethelites there were tickled that at least one member of the governing body was probably having hot sex. And go Dan Sidlick. George Genghis, on the other hand, was a small little Greek guy. He says that he looked like a hunched over Yoda who appeared to be over 200 years old. Funny. And that he would like quizzing people, just going up to someone, catching them off guard and quizzing them. So anyways, those are the stories that he tells us. There's others that I didn't mention as well, so please buy the book so you can get a kick on those. And thanks for listening. Thank you for taking time to listen to my summary of the book, Journey to God's House. Post your comments, like and share this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the next chapter.